everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a great day. What a week it's been. Those Brits sure know how to throw a party, don't they? The uh, the Jubilee, fabulous show. From the Trooping of the Colour, the Queen on the balcony, the concert was amazing. The crowds were incredible. The pageant, the parade, absolutely fabulous. Hundreds of thousands of people came out, and those that couldn't make it to central London had street parties and community parties, and everybody caught the spirit of the Jubilee. Absolutely amazing. There was a lot of high points, and there was some low points, and some very, very interesting things happened. Let's get to it. We didn't expect to see that much of the Queen, but she made a great appearance on the balcony at the beginning. That was fabulous. Really roared up the crowd. It was amazing. We had the most hilarious skit she did with Paddington Bear and the marmalade sandwich in her purse. Everybody says the Queen's got a great sense of humor, and we saw that too at the opening of the Olympics. Her with James Bond and parachuting into the stadium. She likes to have a bit of fun. That was really good to see. That was a giggle. And that was, great for the kids too. There was something for everybody in the pageantry of this whole spectacle. And for people like us, we got an eyeful. Meghan and Harry. The fun just keeps continuing. The pageant itself. It was a real journey of self-discovery for everyone that's in Britain, everybody in the Commonwealth, everybody who has the Queen as of their head of state. And no matter what you really think of the Queen or think of the monarchy, you've got to applaud that woman. At the tender age of 25, she took on monstrous responsibility. Most of us can't even fathom. And she dedicated her life to the monarchy and to the people. And she steadfastly has continued to do that without fail. She's, over 90 years old, and she's still going strong as much as she can do. That dedication is still there. So you've got to appreciate that. She'll show you what service is. She'll show you what dedication is, what loyalty is, what hard work is, as opposed to some of our other royals. Now, Meghan and Harry zoomed over from America, apparently with their kids, although, who knows? Were the kids there? Weren't they there? Still up in the air. With those two, you never really know what's going on. Well, they've been deceptive, deceitful, shady all the way along. You can't trust them. You absolutely can't trust them with anything they say, anything they do. It's just the way they are. And I think the Queen knows that now too. In fact, behind the scenes, I think this was one of the greatest coups the Queen's ever pulled off. Meghan and Harry have been pulling her chain for over 2 years now. They've badmouthed her. They've defied her. They've insulted everybody in their family, the Queen, the monarchy, and the British people. Absolutely, their actions show contempt for everyone. But they still keep going on. Meghan and Harry fly over in a private jet Oh, what about Travelist? What about eco travel and saving the planet? And well, that doesn't apply to them because, of course, they're so important, don't you know? So important that the Queen conceded and gave them their bulletproof armored car to drive along with because, of course, Harry's got that last suit going on. He's terrified of going to London. Oh, it's so unsafe. He needs all this heavy duty security, don't you know? What the Queen knew, and what Harry didn't count on, is his wife is such a media whore. She could not resist the temptation when she saw a camera to roll down the window of their security vehicle so she gets a photo op. Could have been a sniper. Could have been a disgruntled subject throwing eggs at the car. Danger, 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 don't you know? But not enough danger that she couldn't roll down the window to get a shot. That one action alone has blown Harry's lawsuit against the British government right out of the water. You need all this security, but you're going to drive around with the windows open. What kind of a dingbat are you? When she rolled down that window and smiled, the look on Harry's face was priceless. He was like, what in the hell are you doing, woman? What are you doing? That was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. They just scuppered themselves with that one. It was great. She just can't resist. And then they're not allowed on the balcony the first time. There was all kinds of rumors that they would be on the balcony at the end. But we're not there yet. Let's do this chronologically. So they show up at Frogmore, pretty much keep to themselves because the rest of the royals were, well, Kate and William were in Wales. Charles and Camilla were in Scotland. I think Sophie and Edward were in Ireland, if I remember correctly. The Queen was back and forth from Windsor to Buckingham Palace. Everybody was on the move. Everybody was very busy. Everybody had full days of events and commitments to honor, unlike Harry and Meghan, who only wanted to be there for the photo op. So we skip to the church service at St. Paul's Cathedral. Well, there again, too, the Queen acquiesced to their demands and gave them a private car to arrive. And they stepped out of that car, Meghan with a jubilant grin on her face. I'm back, people, I'm back. Look at me, aren't I fabulous? As the crowd jeered and booed her on the way up the steps. Hilarious. But she's so much of a narcissist that she didn't even probably hear the boos, the crowds of people there just looking at her. Any attention is good attention. Doesn't matter what the people actually think, as long as it feeds her ego, that's all right. And she had the death grip on Harry, could not let go of his hand, and the hand on the back. I mean, it was just ridiculous. You're over 40. You're not 13. You don't have to hold hands everywhere you go. And especially for a royal at an event like that, the service at St. Paul's. You don't need all that PDA. It looks very juvenile. But that's what she does. She's always got her claws in them everywhere they go. So, on a chorus of boos, they enter the church. They're led up the aisle. Opposite side of the aisle to the rest of the royal family, two rows behind, but behind Edward and Sophie and their kids. Not front. He's not a front row royal anymore. She grinned like an idiot through the whole service because you know you need that smile ready if the cameras pan to you. Harry looked despondent, angry, miserable. He was not a happy camper. You know, not only wasn't he offered a seat, he had to climb over the knees of other people to get to his seat. Probably first time that's ever happened to him. That must have been quite a blow. Couldn't wear his military uniform either. He had his medals on, but even that's a joke. Of that band of medals he wore on his chest, one is actually from the army. The other medals were medals all issued by the Queen for her previous jubilees and things. They were just ceremonial little, like stickers, like a kid with a sticker. I attended this, or I colored a picture, is like an attendance sticker. That's all his medals are. Pointless, meaningless, but it's all he's got. So he wore them proudly. Look at me, I've got medals. They're just ridiculous. Now, during the ceremony, she's grinning away. They got a few side-eye glances from other people like, oh God, look who's here. Nobody spoke to them. And there's been a lot of speculation. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it looks like it, that Meghan was wired up. Either that was some kind of equipment or she's grown a third nipple since the last time we've seen her. You know, but this is what people are saying, that they were wired up. Well, we know that they've done that before. We've seen the wires before. This is nothing new. So to think that they were doing something like that isn't out of the question. It's not wild speculation. It's been done before. It's kind of what they do. And I've heard from some other YouTubers that, in fact, they knew. The royal family and the palace people knew that they were wired up and forewarned everybody. And that is why nobody spoke to them. They were shut out, shut down, just standing there. Nobody would engage with them at all. But wires or not, I don't think anybody would have engaged with them anyway. Look at the way they behaved before. You know, the minute he talked to the Queen that last time he was over in England for before he headed off for the Invictus Games, had a little chat with Grandma. Well, the next day he's on national American TV talking all about his conversation with the Queen. So it's no wonder nobody wants to talk to them anyway, wires or not. Leaving the church, they were met again with a chorus of boos, but they powered through, Meghan with her painted-on grin, Harry with his head down, and they got out of there. They did not attend the luncheon at the Guildhall. I've heard conflicting reports, and I mean, I have no clue. I've heard that they were invited and chose not to go because they were already in a snit because of all the booing and the way they were treated. I've also heard that they weren't invited. So, you know, who knows? Either way, they wouldn't have been wanted. They wouldn't have been an asset to the occasion. So they hightailed her back to Frogmore. Supposedly for Lily's birthday party. We'll get to that in a minute. They did not attend the concert. They did not attend the pageant. They were nowhere to be seen. Now, and again, I've heard as far as the concert goes that they were welcome to come, but they would not be seated in the royal box. I don't know. Who knows? Same with the pageant. Were they invited and chose not to go? Were they delegated to the public seats? There's all kinds of speculation. Who really knows? But they didn't show up. They didn't show up because they wouldn't be center stage. As far as the concert goes, we had Charles give a speech. We had William give a speech. No doubt if they'd have been any way involved, Meghan and Harry would have wanted to be on that stage as well because they figured they're entitled. I'm glad they weren't part of it. But the concert was great. I managed to catch it live on YouTube, so that was surprising. It was really, really good. Charles gave a great speech. The only thing I have a problem with the concert, unfortunately, was William's speech. Very statesmanlike, very much, I'm gonna be your king one day. Spoke with authority, but it was the subject that he spoke of. He used the concert and the worldwide audience to promote the climate change agenda, to promote the green agenda. Right out of the words of the World Economic Forum, the Bilderbergs, all of that. They're just one hand of the spider, like I've said before. I mean, it was an opportunity not to be missed. And given his position, we probably all would have done the same thing, but I didn't like to see it. Because here's a future leader standing up there saying, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's got to be. He's telling you what they're going to do. And this is what all these people, all these non-governmental organizations, all these rich elites, this is what they do. They tell you what they're going to do. They tell you what their agenda is. Like it or not, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about it. So that's my complaint about the pageant. I didn't like the fact that he used it as a platform for the global agenda. But then again, I'd be surprised if he didn't. The rest of it was fabulous. And as of today, we've got pictures of Lily. Or at least we think we do. That's what they're saying. Picture of a little red-haired girl with lots of teeth for a 1-year-old. I don't know. I've had children. I don't remember them having a full mouthful at 1 year old. But we'll see. Some teeth early, some don't. I'm not really sure. But the thing is, with Meghan and Harry, all the pictures have been photoshopped. They've been faked. Their speculation is that their kid. Is it a rent-a-kid? Do they have kids? Nobody knows. So you can't even trust a picture. But I just thought it was kind of amusing that they waited till they were back on American soil to release it. What I've heard is that the Queen absolutely refused to have photos of her and Lily together published. She's no slouch. She's not going to let Meghan and Harry make money off of a picture of her with their daughter. Absolutely not. You're not going to make money off the back of a woman that spent her whole life in service. You know, you can you can use everybody else, but you're not using me. I thought that was brilliant. What a great move by the Queen. So apparently they had an intimate little party for Lily, and by the looks of it, the only ones that showed up was her photographer, personal photographer that she had in tow, his wife, and their kid or two. There's a picture in the Daily Mail, the picture of Lily, which could have been taken anywhere by anyone, any kid. We don't know. We don't know. And then a picture, a black and white picture beside that with Meghan, this woman. Meghan's holding maybe Lily. The other woman's got a couple of kids with her, face painted. Black and white, of course, one of Meghan and Harry's favorite tricks. You don't know when that picture was taken. You don't know where that picture was taken. And why was it in black and white? Well, because it's easy to hide things in black and white. And it's easy to manipulate the pictures in black and white. She's done that a lot. We've seen all kinds of those from Meghan. So we really don't know. We've got a picture of Lily. Is it Lily? Is there a Lily? We don't know. More of the same. Absolutely more of the same. But the upshot of this whole trip was the journey of self-discovery that the Queen gracefully gave as a gift to Harry and Meghan. Welcome to your new life. Look at you go. Come fly over here in your private jet. See how important you are on the steps of the church with everybody booing you. See what everybody thinks of you? Let that sink in. Yeah, you might be beloved members of the family, but you're not getting near any of us, and you're certainly not going to be involved in any official events. You might think you're important, but in the big scheme of things, you're really not. The Queen really put them in their place with grace and style, and she's just so not devious. The Queen's not devious, but she's planned it all out. She said, let's give them a taste. Let's give them a taste. They think they're such big shots. Let's show them where they fit into the big picture. She sidelined them. I thought it was brilliant. That's about what they need, to be taken down a peg or two. I don't think that, the Queen's just not going to tolerate it any longer. She got them on her turf and put the blocks to them, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. But then again, the Queen's been on the throne for over 70 years. She knows how to play the long game. She knows how to do it. And she checkmated Harry and Meghan. They ran back to California with their tail between their legs. Oh, I bet they're angry. I bet they're just furious. Would want to be a fly on the wall in their house right about now. So, all in all, the Jubilee was a just mad success. It was wonderful. The balcony shots, Kate and William and the kids, little Louie, just a scream, did what every 4-year-old should do. They all act up, they all act out. But it was handled by grace and style, by Catherine, and he stole the show. It was really great to see. Talking about seeing the kids, we got a picture of Lily. Where's Archie? Since Lily came along, Archie's been sidelined. He's no longer the star of the show. It's little Lily. It's like he doesn't exist anymore. It was all about Lily. You never even heard Archie's name mentioned. You know, Meghan and Harry put out shots of Lily. If they had a birthday party, and those are pictures of Lily, where was Archie? Was he not allowed to join in? Why is there no pictures of Archie with face paint and a balloon and a piece of cake and romping on the lawn? Where's Archie? Again, that's the way they operate. Can't trust them. Can't trust anything they do. Can't trust any pictures they put out. The only thing we can trust with Meghan and Harry is the antics will continue. The deception will continue. The contempt for everyone will continue. That's what we get from them. Well, God save the Queen, and Meghan and Harry are the gift that just keeps on giving. Keep us all talking. Everybody have a good day. Hit like and subscribe, and leave me a comment. We can continue this conversation. Bye for now.